So Jimmy Shane brings the brand new Miss HomeStreet out onto the race course. Top qualifier at 159.679. Team built this boat over the off season. Didn't have a chance to race it or even test it until the end of July. They tested at the Columbia River during the Tri-City Water Follies Columbia Cup. They liked the way the boat handled, the way it ran, and they decided the next weekend they would race it in Seattle. They took it to Detroit, raced it in the Gold Cup 3 weeks ago, and here we are with the brand new Miss HomeStreet, the U-1 defending national champion. They'll have a different number next year because the national championship for this year has already been decided. It is Andrew Tate in the U9 Delta Real Track will be our U1 for 2019. Jimmy Shane up the backstretch. Nice low rooster tail. That doesn't mean he's not going fast, though. Probably about 180 miles an hour this time around as he enters the SeaWorld turn. Not quite up to full speed. Drops off about 25 to 35 miles an hour, but that's not because he's taken his foot off. It's just the drag that the boat encounters in the water as it goes through the turn. End of their first lap for Jimmy Shane. Warm-up lap was 162 plus, 162 miles an hour, 162.284. That's the fastest lap that's been run on the Bill Muncey racecourse by any of our boats this weekend, and faster by about 3 miles an hour than his top qualifying speed. Although that doesn't mean a lot because qualifying was late Friday afternoon. It was windy. There were some rollers at the north end of the racecourse. So here comes Jimmy Shane. See if he can add to that. Guy's got a rocket. Here he comes in the south turn. SeaWorld turn. Slides the boat on that skid fin, the big skid fin rooster tail. It kicks up, now drops off as he straightens the boat out and heads down the front straightaway to end his second testing lap this morning. $164.131. 164.131. So Jimmy would have been coming at the turn about 195 miles an hour. He's out in the middle of the race course now, angling a little bit back toward the buoy line. Out in about lane number 2. Again, kicks that skid fin rooster tail up. We'll get you a speed here and then we'll talk about records. $163.570. Dropped off just a little. If you're curious about how fast the fastest boat during our modern era has gone on our 2.5-mile race course, that was set in 2004 by Dave Vilwalk driving the Miss Budweiser at 169.940. But Jimmy Shane doing a timing run. We're in a testing session now, so he can be out there as long as he wants. until he runs out of gas if he wants. But we could have more than one boat on the race course at any one time, and we understand the 440 is going to go in the water here shortly. Don't see any other boats ready to come out. Nobody at the dock. So Jimmy doing a simulated start. Timing that. Won't be getting you speed on this one. Jimmy was doing the timing run, so his speed really isn't the issue here. It's not the important factor. It's picking a spot on the race course and timing himself down to the start-finish line. So right there is now, yep, here he comes. Full song down in front of Fiesta Island, making that run down to the start-finish line. So Miss HomeStreet will run along the other buoy line, that set of white buoys. Those are the outside course markers. Came off the turn, now angles a little bit in a ways. Timing is different in each lane. So Jimmy may be doing timing runs in several different lanes, depending on where his lane is going to be in our heats as they come up this morning and this afternoon. And off the course, the Miss HomeStreet, the U-1. Jimmy Shane brings her back into the pits. So some fast laps for Jimmy Shane, the fastest of which was his second full lap, 164.131. Pretty impressive for a brand new boat.